Hi guys, it's the Bright Pink Star. This is episode 2 in my beginner's guide to Clash of Clans. If it's the first time that you're checking out my channel, thanks for stopping by. I have got some other videos in this series, so if you want to check them out, they're on my channel. So let's get started. This episode is going to cover off all about attacking, the different types of attacking, troops, defences and such. So let's get started. So first of all, there's two different modes of attacking Clash of Clans. You've got the multiplayer mode where you'll be attacking other players and also other players will be attacking you. And then you've also got the single player, which is also known as the Goblin map. This starts off where you're earning very little loot per raid, but as you do get to the bottom, you can earn quite a bit of loot from those raids. It's worth mentioning as well that these maps haven't been updated since Town Hall 8 was out, so all these levels should be quite achievable by Town Hall level 8. In this video we'll be mostly concentrating on the multiplayer mode, because that's once you finish the single player or you get to a certain point, you can't really get any further with it, so you're going to be able to get a lot more loot from playing on the multiplayer. There are 3 times when your village can't be attacked by another player in multiplayer, and that's either when you're online, when you have an active shield, and when you have an active village guard. You can see at the moment I've got a village guard, it's got about 6 minutes left before it runs out, and then I'll be open to be attacked if I go offline. What happens is if you're attacked by another player, they'll give you a shield provided it's over a certain percent of your base that's been destroyed, and that determines the length of shield that you'll get. From that, when your shield runs out, you do get a 30-minute village guard as well, and you can't be attacked during that either. Obviously if you are online, you can't be attacked because you're there and your village is open. There are a few exceptions to how you get shields and if you get shields. It's all a bit advanced at the moment if you are a low town hall, but I'll put a link on the screen now so that if you do want to watch a video on that, go ahead and watch it. If you're online and you don't touch your screen for a moment of time, it's usually a few minutes, the game will go into a reload, and what that means is if you don't have a shield or village guard active, you'll be open to attack by other players. Furthermore, if you're online playing solid for 4 hours, you'll be forced to take a break. During that break, it lasts a few minutes and you'll be open to attack. If you are attacked in that time, you can get a shield and then continue playing. If you're not attacked, you'll come back online, you'll get a village guard, and then you'll be forced off a further 2 times, unless you get attacked within those times that you kicked off. It should also be noted as well, if you are attacking and you do have a shield, for each attack that you make, it does reduce your shield time. So if you do have an 11-hour shield, you might attack once and that might reduce it by 3 hours, and then the next one might reduce it by 4 hours until you have no shield again. Okay, so let's have a look at how we train our troops and where they're stored. So first of all, you've got the army camp, and at Town Hall 2 I've got 1. You can see it holds 30 troops if I just click on the eye, and I've got 8 troops space in there at the moment, so each wizard takes 4 space. You can work out the maths on that. You can upgrade it to hold more troops, and I highly recommend that you do that, because the bigger the armies that you've got, the more troops you can train, so you'll be more successful. We've also got barracks. We've actually got 2 barracks at the moment because that's the maximum that we can build at this town hall. And if I just tap to upgrade it, you can see that each upgrade unlocks a different type of troop, so that's going to unlock the goblin. If I also click on train, it takes me into the army overview. So the first tab is army, it shows you what troops, spells. The next one shows you what troops are training. The next one shows you spells once you've unlocked them, and then we can't go into the quick train at the moment because we're not town hall level 5. So I've got 3 different types of troop. I've got the Barbarian, Giant and Archer. If I tap on the eye of any of them, it tells you how long it takes to train and how much elixir it's going to cost, and so on, and a few different stats there. So what I'm going to do, because at the moment we're focusing more on getting loot to upgrade our base, I'm going to just use Barbarians. Reason being is they're really cheap compared particularly to the giants. You can have 10 Barbarians which take 1 space compared to 1 giant which takes 5 space. So really, space wise, the giants double the cost. So also what you can do is you can queue up troops for 1 army, and then you can see the second set of 30 barbarians that are slightly in a red colour, and those are the second army. So as you're attacking, always try and train your second army at the same time, because it just makes things more efficient for time. So there's certain types of attacking really. There's farming, which means that you're primarily attacking other players to get their loot so that you can upgrade things in your base and upgrade your troops and so on. And then there's what people call trophy pushing, which is trying to get as many trophies as you can so that you can go through the leagues. And then obviously there's a bit of a hybrid of the two where you might want to get trophies, but you might be focusing on loot as well. When you do attack another player, you will take some trophies off that player, and they'll be added to your trophy count if you win that battle. So if you get 50%, or if you get 3 stars and you get 100%, you'll take some trophies away from that player. Once you reach 400 trophies, you'll go into Bronze League 3, and you'll progress through to Bronze League 2, Bronze League 1, and then you'll go on to Silver at 800 trophies. Work through the 3 Silver Leagues, onto Gold, Crystal, Master, Champion, Titan, etc. And then the last league is Legend, which is 5,000 trophies. Now at that point, I'd probably say that as you're starting out, I wouldn't care about trophies at all. The most important thing is to get your base upgraded and get that stronger really. But as you get to perhaps Town Hall 8, you might be slightly more start to focus on trophies a little bit. Once you are in a league, for each win that you get against another player, you also get a loot bonus. So if you destroy, I think 50% of the base, you get about 70% of the loot bonus or something. But if you get 70% of their base, you'll get 100% of the loot bonus. So it's always nice just to get a little bit of a bonus. And when you get 5 stars against other players, you'll also get like a daily bonus for getting those 5 stars. So say you did 5 battles, you got a star on each one. At the end of the 5th battle, you get another small bonus as well for that. I should probably mention as well that Legend League, which I haven't been to Legend League yet myself on my main account, but that's mostly because I'm a bit lazy and just trying to max out my base. You get there once you get 5,000 cups, but at the end of every season, which lasts a month, your cups are reset back to 5,000, and then it's a bit of a grind again to get as many cups as you can. While we are talking about stars that you can get against a base, if you get destroy the town hall on your enemy's base, or get 50%, you'll get 1 star. If you get 50% or above and the town hall, you'll get 2 stars, and you only get the 3rd star when you've completely destroyed the base. Okay, so before we jump into some attacks, let's have a look at the different types of troops in the game. Now I've just included troops that you can get at Town Hall 7 at the moment on this screen, just because there's so many different troops, you could go on forever trying to categorise them. But the first type of troop we've got is like a melee troop, which is basically like a hand-to-hand combat type of troop. They need to be actually at what they're attacking in order to attack it. Also, if you're using these as defence, which we'll see in future videos, they can't shoot at air troops. So in this category I've got the Barbarian, the Goblin, the Hog Rider and the Giant. The next sort of category we've got is ranged troops. So in here we've got the Archer, the Minion and the Wizard, and that basically means that they can shoot at troops that are flying above them, perhaps if they're used for defence. They can also shoot over walls if needed to be to get to other targets. You'll notice as well that the Minion has got wings. It's a flying type of troop, whereas the others are ground troops that we've mentioned so far. The next troop that we've got in under the category of other is the Healer. Now the Healer what it does is it targets a group of troops and it heals them up. So it doesn't actually attack targets itself, but it can heal more than one troop at a time. The next category that we've got is splash troops, because most of the troops in the game, they'll just target one enemy troop or one defence, whereas splash troops, they can target quite a number of troops or defences at one time. So when they do some damage, it'll do an area splash damage around it. So we've got the dragon in this category, which you'll notice is a flying troop. The balloon, which drops bombs from its from the little skeleton that's in the basket, which is also flying. And then we've got the wizard, and I've also included the wall breaker in here, which obviously has a very distinct purpose, but it does do area splash damage as well as it breaks through the walls. So as well as troops being certain types, they also, some of them have favourite targets. So some troops will target defence. So for example, a hog, balloon and giant, they'll always go and try and attack in a defence type of building first. And if there's no defence left, then they'll target anything. You've also got the goblin, which is resource targeting. So it's really good for just getting some loot. If there's loot on the outside, you don't need to go through walls or anything. You've got other troops, which obviously healer targets your own troops and heals them up. You've got the wall breaker, which always target walls unless there is no walls, and then they'll try and blow up buildings. But in most army compositions, you'll only have a few wall breakers. You wouldn't have a full army of wall breakers, it'd be silly. Then you've got troops that just have any target, so like dragons, archers, barbarians, wizards and minions. They'll just target any building, so whichever's closest to them. Okay, that's a bit about troops. If you are attacking as well, it's important to know what all the different defences do, so you'll know how best to attack them. So you've got two types of defence. The first one being single target. So you've got cannons, archers and air defence. And what single target means is if you've got a group of 10 barbarians, they'll only target one of them at a time, and then they'll move on to the next one. Unless, of course, you've got two cannons pointing at that group of barbarians, then you'll have two that are always doing single target, but they might be targeting a barbarian each. Then you've got splash damage. So in this we've got the wizard tower on the left and the mortar, that's a picture of that on the right. And what these will do is if you've got a group of troops together and they're next to a wizard tower, the wizard will do splash damage, so it can take out a group of troops very quickly. And the same for the mortar as well. It will take out a group of troops if it drops the bomb on them pretty quickly, really, although it does fire fairly slowly. Also, just to mention with the mortar, if you're quite a distance away from it, it'll probably be able to get your troops, but when you do get your troops really close to it, such as a barbarian, the mortar can't fire if the barbarian's actually attacking it. So that's something to bear in mind as well when you are attacking other bases. Okay, so let's look at some attacks. So in my army, I've got the two wizards that I started with from the tutorial, and then I've got all barbarians. The reason I'm using all barbarians is they're pretty much the quickest and cheapest troop that I've got available to me. At the moment, I'm not going to mix the troops that I'm using, just because I've only got a limited amount of space for troops. So a giant takes 5 spaces, so if I start putting giants in at the moment, it's going to use a lot of my army capacity up. So because this on this base the cannon's just on the edge, and I know it's a single target defence, I've just dropped a lot of barbarians on it to take it down, and then now I've got free reign on the base, so I can just take it all out. If I'd have gone for one of the resource buildings first, the cannon would have been picking off my barbarians, so it might have I might not have got through the base, or it might have taken me a while before my barbarians destroyed the building that they were attacking, and then moved on to the cannon. So the cannon was in easy reach, so it was best just to take that down straight away. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm searching for another base to attack, because I've got a fresh army ready. So you can see that when I tap next, it just cost me 50 gold at the moment because I'm a low town hall, but that does increase right up to, I think it's 1,000 gold when you get to Town Hall 11. But it's fairly cheap at the moment, although you do have less resources than a Town Hall 11. So you can just keep hitting next until you find the base that you want, unless you've spent all your gold. So I've come to a base here, and like the other one, the cannon's just on the edge, so I'm just using the same tactic because they're all low bases, and I'm just taking out that cannon. And then again, I've just got free reign on that base, so I can just drop a few barbarians and then we can start taking the whole lot down. And then just for a bit of contrast, I started using goblins. So you can see on this base there's a lot of loot, and because goblins target resources, they're going straight for those resources. I have dropped them in about 4 groups, and you can see once they've killed one, they'll just go on to the next one. They do also target the town hall because a town hall is also an extra storage. But you can see that the defences on this base are just killing them pretty quick. So we are going to lose this raid, but it was a bit of a tougher base, but it did have a lot more loot. So they are as cheap as barbarians, but they do take a little bit longer to train. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. I will do some more attacks once I level up my town hall and get a bit more camp space, and I'll show you some more strategies in a future video.